Hey guys, what's happening? I'm continuing my work from a few weeks ago when I got all my albums organized by a letter. Well, today I'm going through getting as far as I can. Like I said, I'm still going from the video I shot earlier too, trying to get on a day shift schedule because I'm off for 5 days. So I'm gonna stay up as long as I can and do what I can with it. I'm really not in too big of a hurry. I haven't shown my vinyl collection much love lately, but what I mean by that is because it's kind of just been sitting there. I use CDs more than anything anymore, but I will never part my vinyl. It's a personal thing, you know. Musical, any kind of physical medium collection like that is it's a very personal thing. Each one of them tells a story in some way or another, whether it be a trip to the record store with in some cases, a buddy of mine who's no longer living. In some cases, it's a buddy of mine who's an older guy that got me into a lot of like the heavy metal, who's still afraid to leave his house because of the virus and all that. That's not me. I'm not really afraid of anything. But hey, sometimes people gotta do what they feel they have to do to keep themselves safe. So hopefully one day I'll be able to go out on more record store hunts with them. But for now, phone calls will have to suffice. That being said, let's get started. We're gonna start with soundtracks. Various artists, a few radio station compilations, which is a real shame because I have a vinyl album on a mail from WZZO out of Allentown on its way, but it's not going to make it for a few days yet, and I'll show it on new arrivals when I do the mail call videos. Anyway, let's get started. This is one that needs no introduction. Dazed and Confused. Like I said, I'm not going to open every single one of them up, but the special ones like this, green like a it's supposed to be like Bud, I guess. At least it had a sense of humor with it. Yeah, most of these I got, some of these brand new ones I bought off eBay. A lot of them I got at Young Ones in Kutztown. Some of them are from the Record Connection in Ephrata. Some of them, but not many, are from my hometown record store, Positively Records in Levittown. But like I said, when I was buying from there, and even now, I was always more into CDs than I was vinyl. Oh, here you go. This one's cool. The second disc for it. That's badass. Like I said, I would never part my vinyl collection. It holds a very special place. There's nothing like actually picking up an album. There's something about the experience, and even though the inferior, I'm sure I'm going to get attacked for it eventually, the inferior pops and clicks and stuff like that, there's nothing like picking up, like the interaction, like picking up the needle, placing it on it, hearing a few pops and clicks lightly before the music starts. Those days are long gone. You don't hear nothing like that anymore. Well, they still do make vinyl, and vinyl sells really well. It's just, I don't know. I kind of feel like, I guess it doesn't really make sense, does it? But yeah, anyway, what I'm getting at is those days that are over. The days where most people stream their music, even like the young generation that's into the vinyl resurgence. It's a very small fraction of the people. Most people don't even mess with CDs, let alone vinyl and tape anymore. Everyone wants to use their phone with Bluetooth, even though it's definitely inferior, in my opinion, sound quality-wise. Forrest Gump soundtrack. One of the greatest movie soundtracks of all time. I don't think many people would really argue with that. It's an audiophile pressing. If I remember correctly, I think, don't quote me on it, I want to say it's red, white, and blue. So yeah, LP1, red vinyl. And there's no designs on it, just solid color. Yeah, this is actually not gatefold, but a trifold. So I got some of the this one I ordered offline off Turntable Lab, obviously. Came with some cool inserts and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, if you guys want to see any of this more closely, feel free to leave me a comment, and I can give any one of these albums its own video without a problem. LP2 is white. I always thought that was pretty cool, the America theme. Makes sense. I'm sure if you've seen Forrest Gump, you'll understand why that makes sense. And LP3, blue. The track listing on that, and we'll look at that quick. The track listing on this soundtrack is just phenomenal. Like I said, just like Dazed and Confused, I really don't think too many people will argue with me on that. And if I seem to be rambling, just bear with me. It's because I've been awake for going on 24 hours and worked the last 5 days in a row. To say I'm always on the go and always busy is pretty much an understatement. Like I said, I'm not going to open up every single album, but the ones that I know for a fact and remember being special, we'll take a better look at those. Like I said, if you want to pause it, you can. Just take a look at that track listing. A lot of great songs in that record. Scream. I don't know why I paid that much for it, but it is freaking cool though, and it's one of my favorite horror series of all time. Definitely the last really good horror series that came out, in my opinion. This is blood splattered, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, check that out. Like I said again, if anyone sees anything in here they want to get a better look at, please, all you have to do is leave a comment and I will 100% do a video on said record, or do like a compilation. If I get a lot, I'll pull the records you guys want to see out of side, even if it's one I already showed you. Maybe you want a better look at it. Great. I love that. Oh man, the old Oxford Valley Mall. October 2nd, 2016. This Gabrielle is my salesperson. I wonder what else I got that day. Looks like there's the Donald Trump bobblehead, Scream 1 and 2 soundtrack. I said, I just love keeping the receipts in there. I was actually amazed to find that bobblehead because that's actually a Philadelphia suburb. Things were selling like wildfire though. St. Elmo's Fire. See the soundtrack. If you're curious, you can pause it. So I even make a dent on it. Decent, cool little old record. Sound effects. This is one other, again, you'll notice I have a lot of times they have the sticker on there from the record store. I'll just write the date on there. Nostalgic reasons. This is a various artists, mostly alternative. Like I said, if you're curious about it, just say so. WMMR, my favorite station. Well, even though they play a lot of new crap nowadays, but I grew up with them. This is their morning show. This is all before I was born, when it was the Morning Zoo. Spoof of Abbey Dirt Road. This is Zoo's Next, which is obviously the Who's Next. 94 WYSP. Just some local bands of that era. Getting into the alternative rock category now. A band called the 1975. They had some good songs. I was listening to Radio 104.5 when that came out, and Alt Nation for a while, but I kind of lost interest in the genre, honestly, because a lot of it, too much of it started to sound like straight up pop. Three Pill Morning, a metal band, they opened for Fozzy a lot. This is a band that needs no introduction. 38 Special. Awesome band. You know, when I was growing up, I always liked 38 Special over Skinnerd. Just because I felt like Skinnerd was overrated because this is because the radio, the classic rock station, would keep playing Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama over and over and over again. Almost as if it would almost make you swear to God that they're the only two songs they ever had. Let me get that 2014. I wonder why I have so many copies of that one. This one doesn't, I never wrote the date on that. Wonder why. Alright, put this back up on the shelf for one, excuse me for 1 second. Alright, so moving on to the A's. Speaking of the A's, I think the next band you're going to see is the A's. Flock of Seagulls, a cool new wave band. I'd say they were underrated. They're better than a lot of the other ones of that era that made that style of music, in my opinion. I always did enjoy me some new wave. I Ran is an amazing song. Everybody knows it. So is Space Age Love Song. I said they're pretty neat. The A's. This actually mentions Levittown in there, which is of course my hometown. I think I got this at Positively Records in Levittown, which would actually make sense. Yeah, track listing. Like I said, I recommend checking them out. So it's not for everybody, but there's some good stuff on here for sure. Like I said, they were pretty big back in my area, where I come from back in the day. Except they need no introduction. A little Balls to the Wall. That's not on that album though. It's on this one. Balls to the Wall album. And I got that. Don't have the date on there either. Alright. This band definitely needs no introduction. Highway to Hell album. You know, creepy thing. I was watching this. My wife's got Netflix, and I was browsing around on there just for shits and giggles one night. I ended up watching this documentary on the Cecil Hotel. And that one serial killer, Richard Ramirez, stayed there. And I ended up watching a bunch of stuff on it. And I ended up doing some research on it. I guess he... I almost don't want to say it because I don't want to sound like I'm blaming the freaking music, but he was a big fan of AC/DC, and he said his favorite album was the Highway to Hell album because of the song Night Prowler. Kind of creepy if you think about it. High Voltage, Let There Be Rock. Said, forgive me if I'm rambling. This one here, yeah, it would be the first one. The one that doesn't have a tag on there. I actually bought that. A buddy of mine a couple years ago was selling some stuff on eBay, and he posted it on Facebook, so I clicked on it and bought some of his stuff. And this copy, for those about the rock, was one of them. Back in Black. I think one of these is in pretty rough shape. I can't remember what one it was exactly. Dirty Deeds, Who Made Who. I love this. I know a lot of people knock this album, but dude, Who Made Who is badass. I know a lot of people knock it because it has like previously released materials on there. Sweet shit. It's awesome. I should actually get these back in order. This one's pretty cool. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it. But it's one of those ones where the album cover changes when you rotate the... you can see me in the background a little bit. That's freaking cool. Aerosmith. Actually, it's surprised I don't have as much Aerosmith on vinyl as I thought I did. Alright, take the next few. Put this back on the shelf. Oh, I'm not making a mess. Airborne Toxic Event. I remember telling you before I went through a big alternative phase where I listened to a lot of alternative rock. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot. The Alarm Strength. This is a pretty killer, it's like 80s alternative, new wave, punkish kind of. I don't really know how to describe them. They're pretty good though, and the title track is freaking incredible. highly recommend checking it out if you ever come across the copy for cheap. Or if you're just in the middle of paying full. Like I said, I got this for $2. I'll tell you what, if you buy this and hate it, I'll give you the $2. Black Goes Way to Blue, Alice in Chains. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this one. This one's pretty cool. This is a double disc, and both albums look the same, so I'm not gonna take both of them out. Clear vinyl. I thought that was pretty cool. Next band I see here is a band called Alt J. They're an alternative band. They had a string of hits about eight or 9 years ago now. Ted Nugent's band, Amboy Dukes, Journey to the Center of the Mind. America. Andrew McMahon of the Wilderness. We'll take a look at this one too. This one's pretty neat. This one here is another alternative artist. Jack's Mannequin, same guy. Why he goes by two different. I never really bothered looking into his personal history, but this is one of the first issues of it on not clear, but what do they call this? Opaque vinyl. It said light blue. I thought it was cool looking. And I always put the albums back where the album slips into the top like this. That way it just lowers the chance of something happening. I don't know. I just have my way of doing things when it comes to my music stuff. The Animals. This one's also on clear vinyl. This actually, I think this appeared in one of my videos actually. Or is that on my, that might have been on my air conditioning channel when I was going through doing a stereo demo before I had the one dedicated to music. Angel. They're cool. So here's the original press, remastered press by Rock Candy. Original press, remastered press by Rock Candy. Oh, this is what I have out of order. Original press, remastered press by Rock Candy. Also, On Earth as It Is in Heaven's their third album, but this is where they got their logo. Now check it out. So for some of you guys that don't know about that, pause it for a few seconds and look at it. Okay, now look at it again. Someone designed that to be the same right upside down as it is right side up. In fact, this whole entire album cover is simply a mirror image. I always thought that was pretty cool. And their logo is like that in all their albums after that. Wait, there's a song in here called Don't Leave Me Lonely that's really good. On Earth as It Is in Heaven has a song called On the Rocks. Check it out. Trust me, it's killer. April Wine. More April Wine. Awesome record. I like The Rock's a killer tune too. I like at the end when it has Satisfaction and Day Tripper. And both one song on the left, the other song on the right channel. This sounds cool. It has a good trippy mix to it. More April Wine. Now we're gonna get into some more alternative. That's a band called Arcade Fire. More alternative. Arctic Monkeys. Argent. All right. Gotta put some albums back up on the shelf quick. Well, I kind of feel like I'm gonna end up putting Yeah, I can't do that yet. I'm gonna end up getting these out of order if I do that. Alright. Argent in Deep. Just hold your head up. Atlas Genius, the more alternative. Aurora, more alternative. It's gonna get interesting here because we're gonna be jumping genres a lot. Like you have alternative, and then we're going to some oldies, some Austin Roberts. Rocky is an amazing song. Some 80s metal, some Autograph, another killer record. Now we're into Avenged Sevenfold. I love Avenged Sevenfold. And I do believe I have all their albums here. Hail to the King and The Stage and the best of, just because I'm a completionist. Avid Dancer. I don't know how I ended up getting 2 copies of this, but I did. And take a look at it quick. Okay, that one's sealed yet. That's not the one I opened. And I bought this album for a song called I Feel It. And I Feel It is not in the freaking vinyl version. Which really pissed me off at the time. Now it's kind of like whatever. I really don't care anymore. But I think I might have... Okay, yeah, this one I opened. Yeah, it's on the digital download and the CD, I believe. But not the vinyl version. It might not even be on a CD. I think it might only be on the digital download. That's pretty cool. It's like everything on it's pretty much handwritten. I mean, originally handwritten. He didn't handwrite each one of these individually, I'm sure. Did, that's impressive. That's cool looking. But if you're into some alternative or indie style music, definitely check out the song I Feel It. If I can figure out how to get the thing back in the damn box. Excellent. All right. A1 Nation. This one here glows in the dark. Allegedly. Or, no, this copy doesn't. I think the original run of them glows in the dark. But I remember getting it thinking it did. Now it's coming back to me now. This one doesn't want to go back in the sleeve. It's being a pain in my ass. Yeah, it must be the first run of it that glows in the dark. I'm sorry for that disappointment. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. I think I might be probably more disappointed than you are on that. This one, of course, doesn't want to go back in the sleeve. It's just kind of ripping through the plastic, which is okay because this one already has plastic on it anyway. I just got to double just to be safe. Extra measure. And the second A1 Nation album. Alright, so we're 23 minutes into it. I'm going to pause it, and then we'll get into the, organize a little bit, and then we'll get into B and C, and then we'll call it a day for the vinyl show. Alright guys, we're back and ready to continue. Start with a little bit of Bachmann Turner Overdrive, aka BTO. BTO2, another BTO2, another BTO2. Ironically enough, looks like they were both bought in 2015, one just a little over a month after the other. I was bought in 2017. Another Not Fragile. That one's pretty cool. I think this one's at Positively Records. Look at that. I don't really mind because this guy probably hasn't lived there in decades, I'm sure. Bad Company. You know, I can't find... I know I had the self-titled debut. I know for a fact I do, or at least did. I can't find it in there anywhere. I think I went through, I guess the, yeah, I did. I think that was the first one. Yeah, there it is. Run with the Pack. Shiny one. That one has a guy's name written on it. Stuff like that's pretty cool. Kind of tells a story. I guess whoever you are, Douglas, if you're out there, your Burning Sky, Bad Company is in good hands and safe, at least as long as I'm alive. Bio, the names, another alternative band. Band of Horses, another alternative band. There's a song called Casual Party on this one's really good. There's some decent ones on there. No One's Gonna Love You. Is There a Ghost, obviously. But the one that stands out to me, especially now, because it straight up rocks, is Ode to LRC, or Little Red Cabin, which is, I guess, if I read up on it, if I remember correctly, it's where they write their music. Baltimore, Tarzan Boy. Living in the Background album, which Tarzan Boy is on there. Looks like I bought that 2 days after I turned 25. Baroness. I bought this because they had it playing in Young Ones in Kutztown, and that's where I got this at. And let's put this over here. This one is purple vinyl, if I recall correctly. And it also has an endless groove on it, so when the record's over, yeah, it is purple. Like a tie-dye purple. Yeah, it has an endless groove on there. So it'll keep playing. I forget what it is. I think it's like a staticky sound effect, but it'll keep playing it over and over again infinitely until you lift the needle off. So if you have an automatic turntable, hate to tell you, not going to work on this one. Come on, don't fight me. Get back in the sleeve. Good. Bare Hands. They have a few good jams. 2 a.m. One called Giants. I think 2 a.m.'s on this one. And Giants is on Distraction. The Beatles. I actually thought I had a little bit more of them than I do. I think I remember if this one's complete or not. Sorry, I can't do a better job here. Don't want to count with the space I got. The White Album. This is not the white vinyl version, it's black vinyl, and it's in pretty rough shape on the sleeve. The album plays fine though. Beatles 65, I think I paid, 99 cents back in 2015. I couldn't turn that down. Another Beatles album, also from 2015, but in July. Beatles Rock and Roll Music. Always thought the Shiny album cover was pretty cool. Got a good track listing too, as you would expect from any Beatles compilation. I think this is the one with the... Okay, that's the one I bought brand new, and I went out on a date with one of the women I was with for a little bit. And I got this at Gallery of Sound in Hazleton by the Laurel Mall. This one here is the one we're going to look at. The reason that is, and it's, the sleeve is in rough shape. Oh, no, this ain't the one. Is that? Hang on. Okay, this one here is, this one's black vinyl too. You know, I think it's the blue one that has that. Alright, hang on. Sorry. You gotta forgive me. It's been years since I actually opened some of these up. And I'm literally meaning years. Wow. That's crazy. Some old photos of me. I do love the Beatles. I have most of their stuff on CD. As a lot of their vinyl stuff gets expensive to collect. For some reason, everybody online thinks they're worth 10 times what they actually are. I think this is the one. Yeah, this might be it. I got 2 copies. It's going to be a 50-50 shot. We'll play with it until we get it. Awesome album. Aha. Yep, that's it. Blue vinyl, Capitol Records. I think these were released in 1978, though. Or the Apple version might have been released in 1978, and the blue one might be the original press for Capitol. I forget. I'd almost have to look it up again. So I'm not really too worried about it right now, though, to be completely honest with you. I could have sworn I had the red one on colored vinyl, too. Or maybe I don't. That's going to drive me freaking crazy. Because I'm going to have to look and open this blue one up now, because I might be mistaken. I might have two blue ones and no red ones. I got it now. Yep, that's what it is. I have 2 blue ones, so I don't have the red album colored vinyl, and this sleeve is falling apart. I know I bought this one because it was a blue vinyl version. Oh, go on, not in there. I don't want to put it away. There we go. I don't like to put stuff away. It's not sitting in there smooth. I know it's already beat, but that don't mean it has to get beat any more than it already is, right? Abbey Road, 99 cents, 2015. Rock and Roll Music Volume 1, $2.99. I forget where I got that at, actually. Billy Joel, okay, of course. I bet that by now that should not come as a surprise to any of you at this point in time. Readjust. Cold Spring Harbor, though, this is a 1983 Columbia version with the messed up mix and shortened some of the songs. Piano Man, the second one. Street Life Serenade, the third one. But this is a quadraphonic version, though. It actually sounds really good in stereo, too. You can tell it's a different mix. And if you can play it back in quad, do it. You won't be disappointed. Let's see, yeah, Demonstration, Not for Sale. There's a regular Street Life Serenade, an album that everybody's familiar with, The Stranger. And for good reason. It's awesome. Not my favorite one, though. Glass Houses, that's my favorite one. And this one here is a promotional radio interview. Pioneers of Music. It was pretty cool. It's from 1986. And this one here, I think side B, has a really neat texture side that you don't play. You can't tell me that don't look badass. Come on, don't fight me. I just hate these clear covers like that, the slip sleeves, because they're a pain to put on. I know Chrysalis is like that. A lot of Chrysalis records releases. Such a pain to get back in. Actually, one of them didn't even go in. What an idiot. I better say that one way too easy. But before we move on, hang on. Gotta take it out of the tripod. If we're on the bees, we gotta do it right. That's the real Cold Spring Harbor, the Family Productions one. Piano Man, Street Life Serenade, Turnstiles, aka Turnstiles, depending on how you say it. The Stranger, 52nd Street, which is my second favorite one. Piano Man's my third. They're tied pretty much. Glass Houses, Nylon Curtain, An Innocent Man. The Bridge. Sorry, I gotta get this refrigerator put in its permanent home. And the two expensive ones, which are Stormfront and The River of Dreams. And I also have, obviously that's from a quote from Vienna. This is a promotional copy. You can pause it if you want. Of 52nd Street that one of my friends from work actually got me. And I was absolutely stoked. This is one of the most thoughtful gifts anyone's ever got me. It says you want to read that if you care, pause it. If not, don't worry about it. And I also had a friend of mine from work painted me that. Well, actually, he didn't paint it. His wife did. But yeah, like I said, I thought that was pretty cool too. I gotta get that up on the wall as well. I think that's all it is all the Billy Joel stuff. All right, anyway, you guys cared about freaking Billy Joel. You'd probably be watching Billy Joel videos, not some guy's vinyl collection that only talks about Billy Joel. So now we're on to Billy Thorpe. I guess I don't have any Billy Idol on vinyl, do I? Children of the Sun. This has some awesome. The beginning of the title track of this has some killer sound effects. So if you got a good stereo, put that on. You won't be disappointed. It just sounds awesome. Children of the Sun Revisited. Not really sure what the difference really is. Different track listing, I guess. Check that track listing out. And then we'll look at the revisited one. That track listing is right there. Black Keys. Alternative rock, everybody knows them, I'm pretty sure. This one came with a turntable mat, that was pretty cool. I think it's Black Keys, El Camino, awesome album. This one's unique though. First off, it comes with the CD version, which is freaking awesome. Has a poster inside of it. And it's pressed on 45 RPM, which is kind of unusual, providing it's a regular sized LP. And a track listing looks like it is in the same order, like numbered like a CD, not the vinyl, which is kind of weird. And they just did this just to screw with people. They called the album El Camino and put a picture of a wood grain kidnapper van on there, just to screw with people. I think like stuff like that amuses me. Another band that needs no introduction. One of the pioneers of heavy metal. Some would even say Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple also fit the category. Other people say at that time it was only Black Sabbath and then Judas Priest in their 1972-73 when they came around. I say for the time frame, you could call Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin heavy metal too. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, whatever you want to. There's no right or wrong answer. It is what it is. This one here, I forget what color the vinyl is on that. Now this is a press NEMS. I don't think it's actually by the record company. So I don't really remember how the sound quality is on it, but I'm sure it's not bad. I mean, obviously they used the same master, I'm sure. I would imagine. I forget what color it is. Ah, sweet. It's clear red. Doesn't say anything about Warner Brothers, but I'm sure NEMS didn't pull the master out of their ass. I'm sure they got it from. I'm sure it's the same Warner Brothers master. I'm pretty sure if I remember, I have this on CD too, but I think the CD version The bass response is a little. I remember having to turn the bass up on it a lot. Well, not a lot, but a few clicks. I usually keep my tone control set to flat, but I'm pretty sure when I play this on CD, I usually have to turn the bass up a little bit. I think the vinyl version I don't have to, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a while. Here's a NEMS version. I'm pretty sure this is on a regular black vinyl, but it's 180 gram pressing, also by NEMS. So I'm pretty sure the sound quality on them is won't be disappointing at all. My favorite Black Sabbath song, hands down, is Hand of Doom. 100%, no question. Blackfoot, a little bit of blues rock. Train's our big hit. A little bit of country. We got some Blake Shelton. Austin. Yeah, he has some good jams, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, country's not my favorite music by any means, but I definitely don't hate it. Blonde Fire, alternative. A song, Where the Kids Are. I actually thought that was metric at first. Blue Oyster Cult. Great album. That definitely has its moments. On Your Feet, On Your Knees, live record. Agents of Fortune, the one with Don't Fear the Reaper. Revolution by Night has Take Me Away, awesome song. Cultosaurus Erectus. Hopefully that's in focus for you guys. It looked like it wasn't though, so I'm going to go through them one more time. Come on, stay focused. Don't be a pain. Tyranny and Mutation, one of my favorite album covers, and this album also features what I believe to be the most badass rock and roll track name ever, Hot Rails to Hell. It don't get any more hard rock than that, like just the title alone, and yes, the song rocks. Fire of Unknown Origin, the one's their biggest hit, Burn for You. It's a good song, but it is overplayed. Secret Treaties has another one of my personal favorites. Flamin' Telepaths is on there. A little bit of Bob Seger, Stranger in Town. Bob Seger, Night Moves. Against the Wind. A little bit of Bon Jovi, New Jersey. You gotta have a little bit of Slippery When Wet. Boston, that's a picture disc actually. I'm not gonna take it out of the. It's clear, you can see it. Clearly see what it is. The greatest debut album ever, period. Both sides have the album cover featured on it, printed on the vinyl. I believe it's my second picture disc. I think I have another one in the C's, another picture disc in the C's coming up. We'll see that then. I paid paid $7.99 for that. You can't go wrong with that. That was a steal. A special edition, special limited picture edition. Don't Look Back. In my opinion, this album is just as good as the first one. I know a lot of people say it's not. It's definitely heavier. But then again, heavier don't mean it's better. This one here also says for governmental sale only. I don't know if that's some kind of joke. Maybe you guys have seen that before. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. I don't think it said anything on the record, though, about it. If I remember correctly. Interesting fact, my CD copy of this is if I could only keep one piece of physical medium I have, it would be my CD copy of Don't Look Back. It's not because it's rare, it's actually extremely common, but my grandma died in '08, and that was one of the only CDs she ever actually bought me toward the end there. So sentimental value wise, my Don't Look Back CD is hands down. If I could only keep one anything out of all my tapes, CDs, vinyl, if I could keep one thing, it'd be my Don't Look Back copy on CD. Bosley Skaggs. This is a cool album. I mean, you got, like I said, it's not some of this. I wouldn't say is hard. It's not. It's definitely none of it's hard rock by any means. But What Can I Say is good. George is good. Jump Street's pretty cool. If I remember correctly, Harbor Lights was decent. Lowdown's is catchy. It's a cool tune. Love Me Tomorrow's a cool tune. Lido Shuffle's badass. Straight up. No shame. I thought I had more Bruce Springsteen records, but I don't. Just greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. And we're going to sum up the Bees with the Best of the Birds. So I'm going to put these back on the shelf, pause you for a minute, take a quick break, and we will move on with the C's, starting with Cactus next. Cactus. Killer hard rock band for the time. Even now, I love them. They have a song on the One Way or Another album called Rock Out, Whatever You Feel Like. One of my favorite hard rock jams ever. If you haven't checked this out before, please do. Do yourself a favor. New Cactus band, Sonic Cactus. This is late. This was later on. Now you're gonna laugh at what's coming up next. Oh, Carrie Underwood, Storyteller. She has a few good jams. I'm not gonna lie. No shame. Looks like side D has. I think there's something. Yeah, it actually tells you right there. I forget what it looks like though. It's been a while, so we're gonna go right to the second disc. You see regular grooves. Then if you go over to the side too, that's pretty neat. I'll have to put that on a turntable one day and see what it looks like. I bet it looks awesome. Like I said, I know I said it at least once throughout the video already. If you want to see any of these, close up, please comment in the description. I'd love to pull them back out, and I simply can't obviously go through every single one of them in the same video. That'll take a month of Sundays to do that, and everybody's gonna freaking lose interest by then. I can almost guarantee it. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm getting tired now. I'm starting to get frustrated every time something doesn't go exactly the way I want it to go. I have 2 copies of this Cars debut album. I forget why I bought 2 copies. Probably just because I could. This one's still sealed yet. That's probably why I probably want to keep one sealed. Another excellent debut, and it's I'd say a close runner-up to Boston. But I just got to give the Boston one the edge. Although this album is completely killer as well. Actually, that still has a receipt in there. I wonder when I got it. I almost have to open it up and look. Same date. FYE. Wow, the Schuylkill Mall's not even there anymore. Frackville, PA. Looks like Timmy was my cashier. 1907. What day was that? Looks like January 15th of 2015. That recent. Huh. Interesting. I didn't even pull the album out yet to show you. Pretty cool, ain't it? Original logo, like center label, but clear blue vinyl. Awesome. Every time I find myself questioning why I like, what made vinyl so special and why I like it and why people to this day still find it special. That's why. It's unique, it's fun, it's awesome, and it sounds good. due to the pops and clicks, I still don't think it's as good as a CD quality sound, honestly. But there's people that'll argue with me tooth and nail over that. I had a pretty good turntable and a decent cartridge too, and I still prefer CD for serious listening. Although vinyl does have a very unique charm, I won't take that away from it. Candio, Panorama, Heartbeat City, Shake It Up, off the Cat Stevens, a little teaser in the Fire Cat. There's a song on there called Bitter Blue. If you've never heard that, definitely check it out. It's awesome. Rocks. Catch Bullet Ford, a song called Can't Keep It. The track listing's not on there. But there's a song on there called Can't Keep It In. That's pretty good. Going into some more alternative now with Catfish and the Bottlemen. That album cover's funny. It cracks me up every time. Here's the next, more Catfish and the Bottlemen. I like their album covers are in black and white, just like a sketch, you know? Pretty cool. Well, Cheap Trick. Some more Cheap Trick. On to some Chicago. That's the one Feeling Stronger Every Day, I think. Track listing is not on the front. The other one's got 25 or 64. This one's got them both. More Chicago. I'd love to collect every one of their albums on vinyl and have them displayed in numerical order, because I love their artwork. Their artwork is freaking awesome. You can't take that away from them. And like, just some of the way their music is composed is just amazing. I don't think anyone will deny Chicago's musical talent and credibility. Anyone who would question their credibility, that kind of makes me question yours. Chris Stapleton, excellent. Christopher Cross. I think I got this album because I at Positively Records in Levittown for like $2, I think, because it had was that movie Dickie Roberts, that David Spade movie. I think it was David Spade. Ride Like the Wind. Churches, they spell it with a V. It's a special record store. It's on yellow vinyl too. Yep, that's cool. Shiny. So I spent so much money on this. Like a lot of the ones I bought brand new, which would be a lot of the alternative stuff and a lot of like the newer stuff that you see in here. It's just so expensive, but at the same time, it tells a story and brings you back to a different time in your life. This brings you back. The alternative era was like about 5 years, about 2010 to 2015. I was really big into alternative rock, and indie and stuff like that. I was always listening to radio 104.5. This one here is on clear vinyl. I already showed a few clear ones though, so no need. This one's gonna be hard to get out to. It's real big. I just know it's gonna. I just have a feeling it's gonna rip the wrap. So besides, we have one to show here. Cinderella. Night Songs. Track listing. It's Gypsy. No, it's not. Nobody's Fools on there. Climax Blues Band. I think I Love You is on there. I don't care what anybody says, dude. That is a great song. Laugh at me if you want. You know you secretly blast it when you're by yourself if it comes on the radio. Don't freaking lie to me. You don't have me fooled. Cool. Pretty neat album cover, too. Another Climax Blues Band, FM Live. I actually bought this at Soundcheck Records in Jim Thorpe, PA, which I actually don't really have much from that store honestly, because I really don't get out that way that often. Coin. A lot of the alternative I bought online. Run. That's the song I liked on there. Run. Cold Fronts. I believe, if I remember correctly, that's an alternative band too. I think I got this at a show. They opened up for one of the other bands I was going to see, and They were selling a record, so I bought a copy. I try to support the bands if I can. That's so great about any kind of physical medium, and even Apple downloads, because they're still getting a cut. What I do have a problem with those, like the whole Spotify thing and the streaming services. Hell out of here. Cold War Kids, they're good. A song on here called Miracle Mile, killer track. I love it. This is a promotional, only 500 copies made. My copy is number 135. Cold War Kids. Paid $26 for it on October 20th, 2014. There's a song on here called First. First is just excellent. And Laugh If You Will. I like them. Oh, not all of it, but they have a few songs I really enjoy, especially the older stuff. Their last couple albums I didn't even bother with. It's too poppy for me at that point. Coney Hatch. This album here is one of the few albums I can honestly say I bought solely for the album cover. And it does have some good tracks on there. I'm not going to sit there and say that it doesn't. But I primarily bought this for the album cover originally. Monkey Bars, Devil's Deck. Oh, this is actually a promotional copy as well. It's pretty cool. I didn't even know that until I just saw it now. I'm sure I knew it at the time, but I forgot. Yeah, Devil's Deck and Monkey Bars. I actually got to play this album again all the way through. I forget what the rest of it sounds like, but that album cover is wicked, ain't it? Hell yeah. Creamed, Israeli Gears, another awesome album cover. Although I didn't buy this for the album cover, I bought this for the Tale of Brave Ulysses. And Sunshine of Your Love. There's the track listing, real small up there. This is actually was in shrink wrap when I got it. The Very Best of Cream, Strange Brew. Got that in 2015. Looks like July 29th. I actually saw a few albums in my pile from July 29th. I'm sure don't know if you've noticed or not. And Crowbot, a local band. They're from Pottsville. They were one of the bands I used to doubt them because they were local, but like, oh, you guys just like them because they're local. They probably. I figured it would be the typical crap bar band. They're actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think one of them is pressed on fancy vinyl, if I remember correctly. Let's check quick. Oh yeah, look at that. Tell me that ain't badass. Shit. Oh, that sound was my glue ripping. You see that? I couldn't have landed in there like that again if I freaking tried. Shit. Alright. At least I didn't go too far. I caught it. This came with it too. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we're in focus. Yep. Yeah, we're in focus. That's actually kind of creepy looking. That freaking thing will give you nightmares. I hope I don't ever see anyone that looks like that. Second Crowbot. This one here is about, yeah, it actually says right on there. It's on clear vinyl. That's like crystal clear. Anyway, Legend of the Spaceborne Killer and Nowhere to Hide. They're both good. This is a promotional copy. The one you saw before that was the actual album. This is more of a single type deal. See if we can... There you go. It's cold down here. I can feel my breathing getting heavy again. Nose is stuffy. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Daylight Again. Home of one of my favorite songs, which would be Southern Cross. Love it. And like I said, I always thought this album cover was pretty cool too. Crybabies though. But I don't really care about that. Their music's phenomenal. This album here needs no introduction. Deja Vu, just incredible. I always like the textured and shiny gold lettering, the textured case. Kind of reminds me of Jethro Tull's Living in the Past, but you'll see that later on when I get into the J's. Well, guys, I'm sure some of you's made it through because I know people love vinyl. I'm sure most of my subscribers and most of my viewers are no exception to that, being that it's a audiophile and music, particularly rock and roll music theme channel. I'm sure some of you got to the end of it. If you did, thank you very much. Please let me know what you think. I'll definitely be continuing on with this series. Hopefully I'll get some feedback on that too. And if there's anything in this pile that you saw that I didn't show in detail, or something you'd like to see in greater detail, please let me know in the comments. I promise you I will get to it. Guaranteed 100%. If I get enough comments, I'll probably just do it as a compilation video with all the requests. But if I only get a few of them, I'll probably just do, like, if someone requests, let's say, Daylight Again for whatever reason. If someone wants to see Daylight Again up close, and I only had like 3 albums, I'll probably just do it individually. But if I get like 10 or more or whatever, I'll like I said, I'll give it a few weeks and see what happens. And I'll see if we have a few, and then obviously later on, if someone gets more, I'll make it happen. Trust me, one way or another. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and thank you for your views and support. Peace out and rock on.